What's up? So I'm sure most of you guys saw my post earlier this week about this video, and I just want to start off by saying thank you to all of you who watch my videos. You guys have no idea how much it means to me to finally have an audience that I can share meaningful information with. It's been a crazy couple of years since I've started this channel, and I've had countless bumps in the road, as I'm sure you guys know, but I'm finally ready to continue my journey with you guys. So without further ado, let's dive into what's really important.
Have you ever been approached or targeted by an online guru promising you that you can make tons of money with little work or little effort involved? Well, for most of you, the answer is yes. And I can guarantee that a lot of you have gone through these processes, right? And even through some of these courses to pursue this sort of false dream that never saw fruition. And of course, who can blame you, right? I've been in the same position before. Here's the thing. While some of these careers are profitable and can make you tons of money day in and day out, for most of us, it will not be the case, right? And I say this not to be a Debbie Downer, but because there's a better way for you to achieve your dreams, right? And listen to this.
Become successful. Repeat those words over and over in your head throughout this video. You'll see why. Now, I know I'm not the most qualified person to be speaking on this, and this video probably won't get that much attention, but I realize through the past couple of years that that doesn't really matter, because although I'm not successful today, I will be one day if I continue on this path. I'm here to share the steps that are important to take if you ever want to see real change in the way you see the world. So here's what I consider success to be. Success is something that I believe to be a combination of many things. Those things are happiness, financial carelessness, right? This is having so much money that you have no idea what to do with it. And we see this in many successful people nowadays. Things like good friends and family, which has a lot to do with you guys, of course, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. And pretty much anything that falls under the categories of health, wealth, love, and happiness. Those are the crucial points to what success is. All that said, in this video, I want to cover the steps that I've taken to get to where I am now. Even though it's not super far, I recently turned 21, and I would be more than happy to share the steps that I've taken to get here. Doing this, I will continue to take these steps into my later 20s so that I can achieve success within that time frame.
So, starting with number one, and my favorite one of all, achieving a disciplined mindset and keeping it. I will say that it's easier said than done, and it's taken me about 2 years of military training and hard work to achieve. So here's the thing, I don't expect most people to enlist because it's not for everyone. So here are my suggestions. One of them being plan out your day, right? Before you do anything productive or substantial, write down what it is that you're going to do and how long you plan to take. I promise you this sounds pointless, but if you do it right and you do it every single day, you are going to see your efficiency skyrocket. Additionally, on top of that, you'll build a lasting connection between your brain and your body so that you can avoid those distractions and those temptations that always urge us to stray away from those tasks.
The second suggestion that I have is make sure that you're listing down what you have achieved, right? This sounds pointless as well, but listen, right? When you do this to your brain, it associates work with progress, and it therefore craves more of it. So make sure that you're doing this so that you're ensuring you're not wasting your time.
Moving on to step number 2, time efficiency. This one ties in with step number 1 in the sense that if you don't have enough discipline, you'll never achieve time efficiency. For me, learning to use my time wisely was a struggle, especially with my ADHD and my Tourette's, which a lot of you know about, but I don't speak bluntly about.
Over time, I learned to use a strategy called time blocking to structure my days. Time blocking is particularly important for setting specific events and tasks for specific portions of the day. You should have anywhere from 2 to 3 blocks each day and have them littered with different tasks and events. For example, you can have 3 different blocks, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 at night. So
this is for someone that can't seem to get everything done during the day, and it's especially important to leave your hardest and most difficult tasks for the morning time when your body is at its freshest. Step number 3, good sleep. It's common knowledge that each of us needs 6 to 8 hours of sleep each night, but what's really important is making sure that you get around 2 to 3 hours of REM sleep. And for you folks who don't know what REM sleep is, it's like the superhero for your brain. And during REM sleep, your brain sorts through the day's information, which helps with memory, problem solving, and even processing emotions. Think of it as giving your brain a well-deserved break and I guess a chance to recharge. And one of the coolest parts about REM sleep is the dream portion.
It lets your mind work through things that you might not even be aware of. And this happens especially during the last hour of REM sleep. So when you're aiming for success, remember that good sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about boosting your brain power and emotional resilience. So give yourself those 6 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and you'll be setting the stage for a sharper mind and a more successful you. Step number 4, having fun. And no, not the fun that you're thinking of. The kind of fun that helps you relax and de-stress. This could be anything from working out to having a nice night with some friends at the park or at the beach. And it's important to note that doing things like going out partying every night or every week will cause you to have a lot of productivity and discipline issues. And I tell this to a lot of my very close friends. And the problem that a lot of people run into is being consistent for 1 to 2 weeks, right? And then spending a couple of nights out partying, which ultimately ruins your focus and your motivation to continue, right? It like sets it off. My opinion, the best way to avoid these kind of issues is to limit yourself to how much free time you get so you don't overstep those boundaries, because I promise you, they are so much easier to cross than you think. This, in my opinion, was one of the hardest things to do, me being super young and wanting to go out every night. So I understand the struggle, but I will say, once you fall in love with the hustle, I promise that you won't look back. You'll find fun in places that you've never found before. Step number 5, finding purpose. Finding a purpose is the second most important, but what I believe to be the final step to achieving a successful life. My personal mission is clear: to carve out a niche in the world of content creation and make over 6 figures through YouTube with a thriving community of over 5 million subscribers. On top of that, I aspire to be the go-to figure for upcoming entrepreneurs and CEOs, all before I turn 25, right? I will say that motivation is not a permanent solution, but a temporary one. So let's talk a little bit about motivation. We've all heard the phrase that motivation can win you a race, but it won't carry you through a marathon. It's a sort of temporary surge that propels you forward, but it's not the sustainable force that sees you through. So I encourage you, when you're defining your purpose, to keep this in mind. Your purpose is what transforms that initial burst of motivation into a lasting and a driving force. As you shape your purpose, consider the words that we spoke of today about motivation, right? And how motivation alone won't sustain you. Instead, it's that deeper connection to your purpose that will push you forward to achieve great things when that initial motivation does settle. Guys, there are far more things to consider when actually preparing yourself to become a more favorable person. But the emphasis here is that if you can master just a few things every couple of months, your productivity and your favorability will skyrocket. I promise you that You will see so many more improvements if you just stay motivated and consistent throughout your life. Guys, today's video wasn't very long, right? But it was definitely a very important video. I did this because I want you to be able to look through this video and retain the most important pieces of information so that you may apply them, right? Watch this video as many times as you guys need, and let me know if you guys do have any questions on any of these steps in the comments down below. Thank you for always tuning in, right? I appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. As always, stay inspired, stay motivated. Peace.